You know, Logan, I find it's a good idea every once in a while to just, pause and take stock of your life. I mean, we're young, relatively successful.
Healthy,
Yeah.
filled with high fructose corn syrup, but still healthy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, no polio.
Yeah, no polio. All thanks to Howard Bachrach. I'm Logan Ledman.
I'm Samuel Temple.
For this 1855 mini-episode, we're sharing the impressive biography of Howard Bachrach, whose scientific career stretched from opening the doors to eradicate polio to working on high explosives for the Manhattan Project. And today, we're shooting in Faribault's beautiful River Trails Park.
Howard Lloyd Bachrach was born in Faribault in 1920. He graduated from Faribault High School in 1938 and went on to attend the University of Minnesota, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree, cum laude, in 1942.
Howard Bachrach married his wife Shirley soon after graduating college. As he was graduating, World War II was raging worldwide, so Howard did his part to aid the Allied cause. After doing a little bit of work on synthetic rubber, he did some research at the Manhattan Project in Brewston, Pennsylvania. For his important contributions to the work, he was given the honor of the Naval Ordnance Development Award.
When the war ended in 1945, Howard came back to the U of M to earn his PhD. During his time there, he studied thermodynamics, virology, and bread. In 1949, he said so long to the U, doctorate in hand, a major in biochemistry, and a minor in organic chemistry.
As he left his education behind, Howard was immediately recognized as one of the most impressive talents in the field and was appointed to the world-renowned and prestigious Danish Institute for Foot and Mouth Disease Research, or for short, DIFMDR. It's Danish.
At DIFMDR, they were preoccupied with the study and hopeful annihilation of the world's most contagious animal spread disease, the foot and mouth disease virus.
Which is different from the foot-in-mouth disease virus from which Sam suffers.
The virus leads to defects and mutations in cattle and other farm animals, usually leading to their deaths. Howard's work at DIFMDR was a breakthrough for all scientists, opening the way for them to be able to study the molecular biology of the disease.
After Howard's successful time in Denmark, he returned to America in 1950, where he joined the new virus laboratory at the University of California, Berkeley. There, he conducted his most famous research, tackling the polio virus.
Polio was a virus that attacked its host's nervous system, leaving them paralyzed, if not dead. Children and the elderly were especially at risk, and the disease ravaged the world in the first half of the 1900s. Howard's work, if successful, had the opportunity to change lives for millions of families worldwide.
To get it started, Howard studied the isolation and purification of the disease. His team used infectivity, culture assays, butanol extraction, tryptic digestion, and differential centrifugation in order to quantify and purify poliovirus particles. Sam, us smart people, we already know what that means. Don't worry about it.
13 times 8.
Nope. Point taken. The purification of polio by Howard Bachrach and his partner, Carlton Schwert, made it feasible for scientists to test and develop a polio vaccine. 3 years after their work made that possible, Jonas Salk revealed to the world that he had successfully tested a vaccine for polio. And though the fight against polio still goes on worldwide today, it was eradicated in the U.S. by 1979.
When he finished his massively influential work on polio, Howard was hired by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to continue his work on the foot and mouth disease virus. You see, the disease had broken out in Mexico and Canada, which posed a huge threat to the American agricultural industry. Howard's previous accomplishments made it clear he was the perfect man for the job of preventing that from happening.
In 1954, the Plum Island Animal Disease Center, or PIADCA, was formed. There, Howard's innovations and breakthroughs in engineering and virology grew too impressive to list. The chief scientist, Jacob Traum, once said, "Everything Howard touches turns to scientific gold."
Notably, Howard played a substantial role in the first use of gene splicing to create a protein-based vaccine for foot and mouth disease. For that accomplishment and his work on poliovirus, President Ronald Reagan in 1983 presented him with the National Medal of Science. 4 years later, Howard was elected into the USDA's Science Hall of Fame.
In the 90s, 70-year-old Howard retired to Florida with his wife Shirley. Legends say that at 80, he could shoot pretty close to his own age at the local golf course. In the last years of his life, he spent many hours simply inviting his now fully grown children to the course where they would practice their putting together and talk peacefully.
Howard Bachrach passed away on June 26, 2008 in Atlantis, Florida. His life was filled with professional success, and he led to better lives for millions of people across the globe. But it all began in the quaint science classrooms at Faribault High School. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time on 1855.